instances.
I think it kind of balances out the plot. I think as much as sometimes we don't agree with what she does, because she is supposed to be like the all-seeing keeper of everything peaceful. And I think that the times that they've used her powers, it's shown us that like how her powers can be abused, and how sometimes her powers are just too much to handle. Kind of like kind of like how Damon can't handle the headaches, but Catherine can. Mm-hmm. So it's like some people it works, some people it doesn't, but that way it keeps it at balance. It's not like she has control over everyone, but she has a semi-control. So I think that's what keeps it balanced.
Does she still have all those witches' powers?
No.
Okay, I was very confused.
They left her.
Yeah, I remember she said something. I didn't know if she still had the powers or they just refused to talk to her.
No.
Okay.
She can't summon their powers anymore.
Okay. Does she still have that warlock dude?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I know that in the newer episode, we're gonna see them at the mansion again.
Yeah, because it's called like Witch House or something, right?
Which is a good name.
So Silver-Eyed asks, can you think of any possible plot twist that you would really not want to happen?
Such a good question.
Okay, wait, hold on. Going back to that last question.
Yeah.
That would mean that Bonnie, like, her sole character purpose would be just to advance the storyline. And I don't think they really do that. I mean, in certain instances, Bonnie's been convenient.
Needs to do that.
Yeah. But I don't think that's her only reason for being around. I mean, look, when her grandmother came back, the emotion in that storyline.
See, I think that a plot device would be Rebecca.
Yeah.
Or Klaus, even. Even though Klaus is more of a character or more of a main character than Rebecca, Klaus is there to keep the story going.
Gloria.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately.
Those were plot devices. Yeah. Those were made to push the story along.
I think Bonnie's powers and that whole deal has been very unbelievably convenient at times, but I think that's the extent of it. Anyway, sorry, moving on.
So Silver-Eye asks, can you think of any possible plot twist that you would really not want to happen?
Anyone dying.
I would really not like anyone to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I have a very bad feeling that Tyler's gonna die.
Or Matt.
No, if they kill Matt, I will be so angry because I love Matt.
Yeah, I do too. I think they're trying to tie him and Bonnie together. I think that's where that storyline was going.
And that wouldn't be so thrown together because they even in the pilot they were like
in the books they're like hinting at them getting together.
Really?
So yeah, that I like that actually. I could see that.
Honestly, like this goes back to the question like, is there anything that the writers could do to make you stop watching the show? If they killed Catherine, if they killed Caroline,
I don't think I could watch Bayman.
Yeah.
I like Bonnie and Damon separately, but I don't know. I just don't like them together.
Mm-hmm.
Not my cup of tea.
I like Matt and Bonnie together because I think they're the two people that don't really want to be a part of this.
Yeah, they're both human. Sort of.
They have their own babies and then live off by themselves.
Yeah. So together, I think they would strengthen each other, like their characters.
Yeah.
I think they could build from that, and I think that's a good storyline to go. So I don't want them to kill Matt. I love him too.
I love Matt too. Oh my gosh.
I live a Matt appreciation life. I don't want him to die.
So do I.
I really have, because like the writers like us to get acquainted, really well acquainted with the character before they kill them.
Yeah.
So I'm really scared for Matt, and I'm scared for Tyler too. I know Anna's not all that attached to Tyler.
I like Tyler, but not as much. I would love to see some like Matt and Elena friendship scenes.
Yeah,
that's what I was hoping with the homecoming episode that they were going together, but obviously
I know. No.
Like they had a couple in season 1 where like they were playing pool together. Like I think Matt, even though like they're not together, and Karina keeps saying that Matt obviously still harbors feelings for Elena, but I think Matt was a big part of her life, and the fact that they don't get a lot of scenes. I mean, I want more.
Well, they were best friends. That's what upsets me, is like that she just like not best friends anymore.
But then I'm scared for him to get really close with Elena because that means he's doomed.
Yeah.
I want more Jeremy and Matt scenes. I
want more Jeremy scenes, period. We're still getting off topic. This is turning into plot twist we wouldn't like to like, what do we want to happen? We will have to do a whole
I
episode
don't
of all of the
want-
things we want to happen.
I don't want crap. It was in my head and then it just vanished.
Do not, under any circumstances, for any weird reason, Elena to lose her memory.
Me
Ooh.
either.
I don't know where that came from, but
good
compulsion and
one.
stuff. Because
Yeah, anyone
Like-
getting their memory erased. No, thank you.
I don't want
Or dream
the
sequences.
I don't. I know. I don't want the Shinichi in the book. I don't want that whole
the,
storyline.
like,
I don't want. Yeah, the Kitsune. I don't want them in the book. I don't want the Dark Dimension either.
they won't bring that. They would have opened that door way long ago.
yeah.
Okay, those there. I said my 3.
I don't want the stupid little flower thing to pop up.
Yeah.
The flower that turns Damon human.
Yeah, it's like, no, go away.
Sorry
But
for
that's the
spoiling that.
Kitsune. Yeah, sorry for spoilers.
Yeah.
If you haven't
I
read
put
the
a
book.
warning on the last one. It's okay.
All right.
We are
I
not
think-
spoiler
I don't
free.
know.
Okay.
I think
Can I
we
read the
set
next
this
one?
up.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Anon asks, do you think the writers will ever create a way for vampires to be able to procreate or change back into human?
Please.
Speaking of the stupid little flower that makes
It's
no
not
sense.
stupid. I want the flower.
I don't.
I do.
I think that, see, that right there is like a sign that, I don't know.
I
Don't get
want
mad at me.
Delana
Wait.
babies.
Don't get mad at me, but if you like the books, seriously, don't kill me. I do not like that plot device. It's stupid. You should not create one simple thing to be a loophole to the entire storyline, okay?
Well,
That-
see, I liked
It's
it
not a
for
loophole to the
Stefan.
final storyline. He's still the same
It
person.
does, though. It goes against him being a vampire. That's not, like, I don't know. Like,
Doesn't
that's,
make him. It makes him human. It's magic.
Because Stefan never wanted this. Like, it goes against everything he believes in. So Stefan asked for the flower because he didn't want to be a vampire anymore. So it made sense for his storyline. But then Damon got all curious and freaking
curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah.
almost died because he didn't remember how to breathe. To the procreating thing, Julie actually said that she might find a way for the vampires to procreate.
I just
So-
want a Delana baby, and I
do
want
too.
a Jana baby.
and a Jana baby.
Not
Yeah.
maybe not even, I just want Jeremy. Oh my gosh, I just want babies. I want all the babies.
I want Jalaric.
Oh, stop. Oh.
Anyway.
I think anything's possible. This is a show. They need to find new ways to like twist things, so you never know.
To grab our hearts and wrench
That
them.
flower thing just bugs me. It irks me.
It might be something else. It might not be a flower because they got the flower from the kids.
It's another watch, guys.
Oh my gosh. There's another Gilbert device that makes vampires fertile.
Oh my
dear.
god.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Eunice. Oh my gosh, Eunice. Break my heart. Okay. Forbidden Love. Aw. Do you like how the flashbacks are done in TVD, or would you rather them just stay in the modern times? I love the flashbacks. One of my
Yeah,
favorite
me too.
episodes was almost pure flashbacks.
Me too. I love it.
Amazing.
I think it adds a lot.
We had
It
the
does.
first flashback with Catherine. I was like dying. I loved it
Mhm.
so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think because like telling something to me and showing me are two totally different things.
And it
I
adds
also think
so
that the
much
cast-
depth to the characters too, because you think some of them have been alive for the originals like 1,000 years, Catherine like 400 years, Damon and Stefan are like 150 plus, right? So like you see them as they are now, but I love these flashbacks to like where they were, you know, in the 20s or in like 1492 or you know I don't know 1100 AD or whatever random year it was, I don't know. But I love that, and I love the depth, and especially showing them as humans, these vampires as humans, because it's almost like, you know, it's them, but it's a more innocent, sweeter, I don't know, more naive side. I don't know. I think it's fantastic.
way more to the story. It adds
Way more to the
way
story.
more to the
It's
story.
awesome. I love
And
flashback episodes.
I think that the actors love dressing up. Like I honestly do.
I would too.
I mean, come
Except-
on, who's not? I mean,
Who
I
was
don't-
it that was
I
talking
don't-
about Nina having to eat with the corset on? She had to like lean
Ian.
against something. That was so cute.
He
What
said
did he say?
she would eat and then be like, ow, and then eat. And then ow.
Aw.
She was trying to stand, right? She was like leaning against something.
Yeah.
And she was like, ow, ow.
Oh.
It takes like half an hour to get into those dresses and things. It's cool though. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. I love the flashback episodes.
I think
Me
you're just
too.
transported to a completely different time when you're in those outfits, though.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
walking around in that big, like planet-like dress.
Yeah.
People orbiting around you.
It's
And I
probably
mean,
a
look
lot
what-
easier
look
for them
at
to
it-
embrace the characters too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and look what it did for Catherine's character. I mean, when you heard about it, you were like, "Oh my god, like who is this person?" And then when you saw her, and it showed that different element to her, like it made you love the character, even though she is like half evil, half good. You don't know like which line.
She's an enigma.
I got my friend into TVD just recently, and I was like, "What do you think of Catherine?" And she's like, "That bitch cray." Oh my god. She's like, "She's crazy." I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna love her though." I think that, like Jay said, like I think it adds way more to the character. Like it makes the character way more complex, because when we got the flashback with Catherine, like back when her family was killed and all that, that added like an amazing amount of plot to her. So much to her that we like. I think her love went all the way up, and we loved her so much after that.
Yeah, because imagine if she was just saying, like, he killed all my family in that little sarcastic tone that she uses. Like, you would have just, like, brushed it off, like, okay, wow. And then, but yet they showed her and you saw how heartbroken she was. You were like, oh, okay, get it.
And how torn she was to get her baby taken away. Oh, my God.
Yeah, like, you understood. It made you understand why she is the way she is.
Totally.
You need that for those characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Anon asks, do you think... All right, wait. Before we start this question, we're not going to go on a Charlotte spiel, okay?
Yeah, please don't.
Yes, no.
We're just going to answer the question.
We've had enough of Charlotte for now.
Honestly. All right, so Anon asks, do you think there was a reason the writers very deliberately made no mention whatsoever of the original Petrova in Ordinary People?
I don't think there was time for it, because... And I'm sure they haven't really developed, like, a huge amount of backstory for her yet. Or maybe they have, who knows. We learned so much in that episode, and I think that one was more focusing on the originals that we already knew about.
Yep.
You know, like, they had to give us some backstory on Michael. They'd already mentioned the original witch, and that kept factoring in with that necklace, so we needed to know a bit more about that. We needed to know a bit more about Rebecca and Klaus when they were human, too. So I think it was focusing on that. I'm sure we're going to get a whole original Petrova episode somewhere down the line.
And it's like going back to the last question, like the flashbacks. It's like we expect it now. We expect, okay, there's a new character. We're gonna expect some flashbacks. We're gonna expect, like, when Charlotte does show up, we better be getting some flashbacks, or else we're gonna be very unhappy.
Oh yeah.
And we expect it. I don't know. There was no way that they could have fit a Charlotte in there. As upset As upset as Jay and I talked about how we were that they ghosted over it, I think there was no way that they could have.
Charlotte will get her screen time.
She will, and I want a whole episode for her. Like, I don't want her to get squeezed in.
Exactly.
Yeah. To me, I was just like a little like, wow, like that was a little out of character for Elena not to even question, like, oh, so who's Charlotte?
Why am I here?
But,
yeah, really.
You know, it made sense because there was already so much going on with the original family that if they added Charlotte in, like, it would have been a whole another hour. Yeah.
2 hours special about Charlotte Petrova.
Oh, gosh. So there is a reason, because she's going to show up later on.
Yeah.
The second they come out with an episode titled anything related to Charlotte, we're all just going to flip shit.
I think they just needed to answer the questions involved that Elena had about the original family.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was their main goal. So they didn't want to bring on the whole Charlotte thing, because that would have, like, went off course. It would have been too much for us to learn.
They'd have to put in a to be continued and then show the other half of the episode next week.
Exactly. With Rebecca and Elena still in Stefan's room going through his boxer shorts.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I have an angel on my shoulder asked, thanks for answering my last question and for the hi. LOL, you guys are awesome. I love the podcast. You're awesome, too. Yeah. On to my next question. What are your thoughts on Matt, on what they have done, are doing, or will do to his character?
I think we already talked about it.
We talked about Matt already.
We love Matt.
We love Matt so much. We ship Matthew and Happiness. I'm going to call him Matthew now all the time. That's my brother's name.
Aw.
And I call him Maddie.
We do love Matt, though. I think
Matt.
that he was a very underloved character at first, but now we adore him.
Underappreciated, definitely. I have always adored Matt.
Me too. Love Matt.
Since he couldn't find his truck, we have loved him.
Basically. I feel bad for him because he lost his sister twice.
But do you know how strong that was for him to let her go? So I think he has a lot of potential, and I hope the writers realize